Hey YouTubers, before I go on here, I'm going to be doing a video and I'm going to feed my bullfrog and my banded water snake. Get over here. I've got a large Cuban tree frog here. As soon as it starts moving, the bullfrog will get it. Bullfrog won't hit a target that ain't moving. What are you up to, Kika? Oh. Let me get a little bit of water from my fish tank and that might stimulate it to move. It's dark, but I've been feeling a little bit sick, so it took me a while to get a video going today. I'm sorry. There's been a bug going around. I've got a sore throat, a fever, and a bit of a cough. No, he didn't budge. The waiting's definitely the hardest part. The bullfrog's gotten a little bit bigger. It won't get much bigger than this. Zoom in just a little bit. There, he sees it. And keep cleaning your face. I always feel guilty. It is. I'm a small game hunter, I guess. I go after lizards and frogs and bugs. It's just got to move a little bit more. The bullfrog's already onto it. Cuban tree frogs are an invasive species here in Florida. They get large and they eat our native tree frogs. Sorry for the wait, you guys. He's going to eat it, so if you don't want to wait, just zoom through the video a little bit. Get the good part. I'm trying to be still. I've got a little bit of a chill from being sick. There we go. That's a defense cry, but it's not going to do him any good. I love the way a frog or a toad pushes food in its mouth like that. The way that leg's dangled, I think it broke a leg in the attack. That's ferocious. No mercy whatsoever. Ivan is a killer. This large Cuban tree frog here, I shouldn't need to feed Ivan for 3 days. The bio setup's doing great. The vines and Mexican petunias are growing. I've been using water from the fish pond, so it's slightly brown. It's most likely more acidic from the oak leaves. Ivan's gotten a little bit more tame, but it's still skittish. I don't think I'll ever be able to hand feed this bullfrog. It's too afraid of me. Sorry, every so often the camera seems to blur a little bit. I might be having trouble focusing in the dark. Sorry. Cross your fingers, I feel better soon. I've been sick for 3 days. You can probably hear it in my voice, I'm a bit congested. That was a large Cuban tree frog, so it's taken Ivan a minute to swallow it. There we go. Okay, you guys, I need to move this light to the snake's aquarium. It'll be dark for just a minute, I'm sorry. Ah! My dogs heard something and they was going to go after it, but I told them they're very tame for being part dingo. It's hard to see them, it's so dark. This is a little western toad. Got over here. Tell the snake where it's at. It's hard to see now. I got bit the other day. I was feeding it a small tree frog and it got my finger by mistake. That's what I get for hand feeding it without using tweezers or some type of tongs. Especially something as small as a little tree frog. Little spider on the outside of the tank. I swatted it away. All the plants are doing good in here except for this peace lily. I don't think it's going to make it. I thought it would do great in the tank because they can grow in the house, but it's not doing very good in here. It leaned over this way and it's been dying. All the other plants are doing great. There's also 2 millipedes in here because they eat snake poop and they also eat dead debris. They help keep the tank clean. Let me zoom out slightly. There we go. This is Hayes, and she's gotten a lot bigger. Right here is her skin. It came off in one solid piece, and that means that she's healthy. She just shed about a week ago. A little bit of blood. They have extra long fangs. They're non-venomous, but they use them to pop the air sacs on frogs and toads. That way they can swallow them. This will do her for about 4 days and I'll need to feed her again. Excuse me. I've still been playing Dragon City. I missed out on the recent heroic race. I might get a heroic dragon eventually. So far I've got Dracon Dragon and he's been my best. I've got a tiger shrimp in the freezer. For my next feeding video I'm going to see if she'll eat it. I think she will. Once she's done eating, I'll show you the tank. I've got some good news. I haven't smoked weed in about 2 months. I'm thinking about just quitting completely. And it's a waste of money I could be spending on my animals, and it's not good for you. No type of drug's really good for you. And I haven't smoked cigars no more at all. I only puffed on one once in a while, but tobacco's horrible, so I'm definitely staying away from it. But sheesh, I mean, I've smoked pot since I was 14, and it's the longest I've ever went without pot. A little over 2 months. I'm proud of myself. At first I was cranky and irritable, but I've been actually feeling better. I've been more active, and overall I even feel my breathing's improved, so I'm glad I quit. I can't make no promises. I might end up smoking again, but I don't think I will. I'm going to stay away from pot if I can. It's no good. No longer a stoned furry. What, bro, are you curious? Huh? Bro, Lee. He's nudging me. He wants attention. There we go. This video's been a little bit longer than I expected. I apologize. Mostly because it took the bullfrog so long to finally eat the frog. There we go. The tank's looking great. The plants are looking great in it, and they're doing great. Vines, a little bit of mother-in-law's tongue, some Mexican petunia, a little bit of fake grass. Everything else is real, but that little patch of grass there is fake. And I changed the water dish. This banded water snake has a bad habit of pooping in her water bowl, and it was hard to change, hard to clean. It was large and heavy and awkward, and it was very hard to get out without spilling any of the nasty water into the tank. So I put this bowl in here. It's some type of tall bowl, kind of like a plant pot, I suppose, and she can fit her whole body in it and submerge. And I mean, it's much easier to take out and clean. No risk of spilling nasty water into the enclosure. She does still poop in it, but this is working great. It don't look as good, but it works a lot better. Sometimes you have to choose performance over looks. I've had a lot of snakes, but out of every snake I've ever owned, she's one of my favorite for some reason. I've really gotten attached to this banded water snake. I've still got the gray rat snake up here, but it's way too dark to see it right now. And I released the yellow rat snake, if y'all was wondering. It belonged in the wild. It was a little over 6 foot long, and I don't believe in catching a grown animal and keeping it. So I turned it loose. I couldn't video releasing it because rat snakes are nocturnal, so I let it loose at night. And I don't have nobody to help me, so I couldn't hold a flashlight, the snake, and the phone. But it's happy. I took it about a half a mile from my house, deep in the woods, and let it loose back where it belongs. So the yellow rat snake's free. I ain't got eggnog no more. Oh, sorry, I named it Omelet. That was right. I ain't got Omelet anymore. But I'm keeping her. I've raised her from a baby. I'm going to keep the gray rat snake. It's still eating tree frogs and lizards. It won't eat pinky rats yet for some reason. And I want to give you guys a quick look at my fish. The tank's slightly cloudy, but I haven't really told y'all anything about my fish yet. And there's my bunny. I named him Pancham. It hardly ever eats pellets. I mostly feed it grass and certain types of leaves, a little bit of fruit, but you don't want to give them much succulents. It can give you rabbit diarrhea and make them really sick. It gets a very good natural diet. If you do get them pellets, make sure they're Timothy hay pellets and not alfalfa. Alfalfa's got too much calcium for a grown rabbit. Unless it's pregnant or nursing, they don't need alfalfa hay. Timothy hay is much better. Here's my fish, YouTubers. I've got 4 koi, a large blue tilapia. I've got 2 bluegill, a shark catfish, 3 goldfish, 4 koi, and I've got a bass. It's hard to see him, he's over here. It's a speckled bass, or a black bass, I'm not completely sure. I'm pretty sure it's a black bass though. I've also got 3 Plecostomuses, the algae eater fish, and I've got a mystery fish back there, but you can barely see it. I caught it a while back, and I don't know what it is. I have no clue, but it's been doing good in the tank. I love my aquarium. I sit out here sometimes for a full hour just watching them swim around. It's very relaxing, very peaceful. I've got a pump. I don't have a filtration system hooked up because anytime it gets dirty, I have a submersible pump. I drain the water and fill it back up. I've got well water, and I have my water tested. It don't have any heavy metals, and it's a good pH level, so I'm able to use water straight from my hose to fill the tank up. It helps a lot. So about once a week I do a water change, and I've had these fish for 4.5, almost 5 years. This is a 200-gallon aquarium, but some of these fish have gotten so big they've kind of outgrown it a little bit. But tanks this big are very expensive. I think anytime soon I can buy something bigger. But eventually I do need to get a bigger aquarium. They've definitely outgrown this 200-gallon one. And my phone keeps messing up and getting blurry. There we go, got a little bit closer. Well, until next time, YouTubers, please like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below if you have any questions. I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry I was a little bit sick. When I'm feeling better, I'm definitely going to try and make a video of my dogs playing so you can get a good look at them. And I also want to show you guys my chickens. It's too dark to see them tonight, but please like and subscribe and share this video if you don't mind. I hope you enjoyed. Kamehameha.